Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Oh, sorry. That's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready. No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. Every Thursday, I got to write a little note on Thursday and make sure I hit that mute button. Oh, my God, I did it again. I can't believe I did it. I do the Southside Mutt show on Wednesday nights, and I have to use the controls on the program. And holy shnikes. And at the end of the show, I had to hit the mute button on the program. Oh, I can't believe I did it again. Yes, Jenna, I'm glad you did. Thank you. Oh, I'm going to have to put a little note up there for Thursdays. Make sure not muted, dumbass. Oh. Well, I can edit that out. I got ways of getting that information and adding it to the after show, so we're going to ignore that it ever happened. Yes, we're going to ignore it. Ignore it. Yep, that's what I thought I did. Forgot to change that. All right. So let's get on with the show. I'll stop my bitching and moaning. California has hit the brakes on the high-speed rail fiasco. Thanks, Jenna. That would be great. Jenna says she's going to accept the job of reminding me to make sure that mute button is turned off after my Wednesday night show.
How to have fun, anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Woohoo!
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
VGW Group. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
I'm looking all these polls that are popping up. Trump losing. One of the main polls came out today, and it says, no, Trump's leading. It's easy to show Clinton winning when you skewer the polls and you lean them with a majority of Democrats. So when they even it out, Trump starts winning. Actually, Jenna, that job would only be needed on Thursday because Wednesday night is the only time I need to use the mute button on the program. Otherwise, I use my mixing board. But California hits the brakes on a high-speed rail fiasco. This is the same high-speed rail that was offered to the state of Florida back in 2008 when Obama got into office. And, well, it would seem we turned it down here in the state of Florida because we saw a lot of negatives going on. Number one, the cost was not anywhere near the projected. The cost to run it was going to be way higher. The expense to actually run the train, to ride the train, was going to be way higher. And there was a lot of liberals in the state threw a hissy fit when Governor Rick Scott turned it down because he felt that it was going to cost the citizens more money than it was worth. So California, who thought it was a great idea to jump on it and say, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take that high-speed rail. Yeah. Well, California's high-speed rail project increasingly looks like an expensive social science experiment to test just how long interest groups can keep money flowing to a doomed endeavor before elected officials finally decide to cancel it. What combination of sweet-sounding scenarios, streamlined mock-ups, ever-changing and mind-numbing technical details, and audacious spin will keep the dream alive? Sold to the public in 2008 as a visionary plan to whisk riders along a 220-mile-an-hour, making the trip from San Francisco to Los Angeles in a little over 2 hours, 2 hours and a half, the project promised to attract most of the necessary billions from private investors, to operate without ongoing subsidies, and to charge fares low enough to make it competitive with cheap flights. With those insurances, 53.7% of the voters said yes to a $9.9 billion bond referendum to get the project started. But the assurances were at best wishful thinking, at least an elaborate con. The total construction cost estimate has now more than doubled to $68 billion from the original $33 billion. Thank God Governor Scott said no. Because guess who's going to be on the hook for all that money now? Not private investors. It's going to be the people. And when they took the federal money, they signed agreements. Sorry. Stuff going on in Europe I was just seeing real quick. The first and easiest to build segment of the system, the train to nowhere, through a relatively empty stretch of the Central Valley, is running at least 4 years behind schedule and still hasn't acquired all the needed land. Predicted ticket prices to travel from L.A. to the Bay have shot from $50 to more than $80. State funding is running short. Last month, cap and trade auction for greenhouse gases expected to provide $150 million for the train, yet yielded a mere $2.5 million. And investors are lining up to fill. And no investors are lining up to fill the $43 billion construction budget gap. Now, courtesy of a Los Angeles Times reporter, comes yet another damning revelation. When the Spanish construction company submitted its winning bid for a 22-mile segment, the proposal included a clear and inconvenient warning. More than likely, the California high-speed rail will require large government subsidies for years to come. The Spanish company reviewed 111 similar systems around the world and found only 3 that cover their operating cost. See what happens when liberals think they're smarter than everybody else? This research should come as no surprise to anyone who is paying attention. Even advocates acknowledge that almost all high-speed rail systems need ongoing subsidies. But the California High-Speed Rail Authority steadfastly maintains that its trains will be an exception. High-speed rail in California will not require operating subsidies. A 2013 fact sheet declared in all caps. The authority has to keep up the charade or admit to breaking the promises that persuaded voters to back the project in the first place. At an April State Assembly hearing, the authority's chairman asserted that virtually all the world's high-speed rail operators make operating profits, which was an outright lie. It is very easy to falsify a claim, like every HHS system in the world collects revenues that cover their cost. It's another one to actually prove that they do that, because the proof says no. The experts say out of 111, only 3 cover their cost. And they wanted to run this train from, the first segments would go from Tampa to Orlando. The second part of the construction then would go from Orlando to Daytona, Daytona down to Miami. Well, I don't think there's that great of a demand for that here in Florida. The costs were going to be exorbitant, and they knew it. And it was turned into...
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
To partisan politics, because it was, well, Rick Scott's turning it down because he's a Republican. He doesn't want to accept anything from Obama, a Democrat. No. And look, I mean, they still won't take it as fact. There's idiots here in Florida. We should have got that high-speed rail. It would have created jobs. And it would cost the taxpayers billions of dollars. Billions. The high-speed rail project is a classic example of how concentrated benefits and diffuse costs shape public policy, even when the general public has a direct say. Back in 2008, the bond referendum faced no organized opposition. Voters might have preferred that the money go to schools, parks, roads, social services, or even local trains, but those alternatives weren't on the on the ballot. It was an up or down vote on whether to let a tiny bit of taxpayer money per person go to fund a really cool train. And that's all it was. Ooh, look at this cool train we got. We got a high-speed train. We can be just like Europe. Oh, we can have a high-speed train. They've been looking at that technology for how many decades now, and it really hasn't taken off. Long story short of this article, the taxpayers of California got duped by their politicians. They're going to be paying for years for a train they'll never see. They're going to be paying extra money because they signed on to a project that was doomed before it even started. It was doomed from the beginning. And it was pushed. Another one of these green alternatives. It was supposed to be environmentally helpful and all that. Well, I know another green it's not helping, and that's the paper green that sits in everybody's wallets. Because it's not sitting there anymore. It's going to a bunch of people that really didn't do shit. It's disgusting. And California keeps voting these people in. And I can't understand. Voters looked at the streamlined concept image and thought, wouldn't that be great? But a closer look, even back then, would have made it clear that, barring a miracle, the rail project wouldn't keep its promise. To do so, it would have to be the fastest, most popular bullet train in the world, with many more riders per mile and a much greater percentage of seats occupied than the French and Japanese systems. A highly, highly unlikely prospect. Yet only the most determined wonk would have discovered these comparisons. Some of those who knew better still succumbed to the glamour of the idea. There's something undeniably alluring about a bullet train. The technology is so powerful, the speed so breathtaking, it might make the trip seem exotic. It seems so close to a lead pipe cinch that the California High-Speed Rail Authority will ask for many billions more in the upcoming decades, and the legislation will have to scrape up many millions of dollars in operating subsidies. It nevertheless concluded that we still think voters should give in to the measure's gleaming promise. Give in they did. 8 years later, the legislation is getting nasty and antsy. Last month, the state assembly unanimously passed a bill requiring that the authority provide clear statements of route changes and projected expenses, including borrowing cost. The state Senate will hold a hearing on the bill. The measure sounds like basic democratic hygiene, but it's a big deal. It is the awakening of the magnitude of the issue in front of us. The project has moved from spotty opposition in the legislation to growing concern. Lieutenant Governor Gavin Newsom, the first announced candidate for governor in 2018, has said that barring something really significant, he can't see taking the money from other infrastructure projects. The officials who have to make the budget trade-offs that weren't on the ballot in 2008 are finally pushing back. The question now is when they will have the guts to pull the plug. Thank God Florida had the smarts, the guts to pull it before. It's a doomed project from the start. Obama's throwing a hissy fit, which really isn't surprising. And he's saying he is the populist, not Donald Trump. I'm the populist. I'm the populist. Sorry. President Barack Obama defied the notion that Donald Trump was leading a populist revolution, quibbling with the media's branding of the historic rise of a billionaire's run for president. The child came out saying, maybe somebody can pull up in the dictionary quickly the phrase populism, but I'm not prepared to concede the notion that some of the rhetoric that's been popping up is populist, Obama stated. The president made his remarks at the end of a press conference with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and the Mexican President Enrique Pena, whatever, after the North American Leaders Summit. Obama argued that his 2008 campaign and his entire presidency was more about populism, arguing he cared more about poor people and working people. I suppose that makes me a populist. He didn't give a shit about any of that. He doesn't give a shit about the working people. He's fucked the working people over the last 7.5 years. Poor people, he's pissed all over them for the last 7.5 years.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
It takes balls to go out there and go, no, I'm the populist. I care about everybody. I just piss all over them, and I don't give a fuck. He alluded to people like Trump who worked against some of the policies pushed by liberal Democrats. Damn right. That's what we like about him, you moron. They don't suddenly become a populist because they say something controversial in order to win votes. That's not the measure of populism. That's nativityism or xenophobe, or worse, it's just cynicism. Listen here, asshole. Right there, your argument went right down the tubes. The one that's having cynicism and a little hissy fit is you, because you want that type of endearment and love, and you're not getting it. You thought the world was just going to love you. You're not getting it. Obama told reporters to be careful about referring to the rising anti-elitist sentiment fueled by dissident to his liberal agenda as populist. Where have they been? Have they been on the front lines working on behalf of the working people? You sure as hell haven't. He admitted, however, that Bernie Sanders was a populist because he had worked in the vineyard of making life better for poor people. He's done shit. He's worked at how to make his life better. The man has never worked a day in his life. Bernie, oh my God. Obama warned voters to avoid political figures offering simple solutions to fixing the economy. Oh, you mean somebody that might know better about economy than your dumb ass? I've been working as a lawyer, and I get people together, and I've never made a job in my life. He doesn't know shit about the economy. And that's fine. He doesn't know shit. He doesn't need to know everything. But he never surrounded himself with the right people. His ego got in the way. Just because he says, well, sometimes there's simple solutions out there, but I've been president for 7.5 years, and it turns out that's pretty rare because you don't look at the simple solution. You want to look at what will make you shine better, what will work great for your legacy. Dumbass. He's throwing a hissy fit because right now Trump has more populism, is more popular and getting more love than he got. And no, don't come at me with your damn polls. It's world's going to hell. Now, this come up yesterday, and this is pretty disheartening. And this sums up Obama. This sums up his administration. Actually, we'll start on this right after this break. I didn't realize the time. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Radio, and soon to be Red Nation Rising. We'll be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
Out of the ashes of liberal rises the phoenix born onto the Red Nation Rising Radio Network coming July 4th, 2016. One of the many serving this great phoenix of Red Nation Rising Network is the one, the only Jersey Joe. Jersey Joe is bringing his Reaver of Common Sense show to the birth of a new Red Nation Rising Radio Network.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We are always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by...
How to have fun, anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Woohoo!
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
VGW Group. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
By my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cow for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mud Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I am making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com, just click on the chat room button, join the conversation. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And last and most importantly, the Reaver store is open. Oh, do we have some great t-shirts. It's not just what I'm saying, it's what the people are telling me. We have great t-shirts. We have from Hillary for Prison, Vote Monica. She'll get the job done when Hillary can't. Life's a bitch, so don't vote one in. 2 pro Second Amendment t-shirts that I personally picked out. I love them. And the normal great Reaver of Common Sense logo shirts. Southside Mutt shirts. If you are a firefighter or EMS, you got to check out the Southside Mutt shirt. That's what it's based off of. So go to reaver.1/shop. That's reaver.1/shop. All right. Now the next story is kind of disheartening. And I'm going to start out, does anybody remember Fast and Furious? I know a lot of people have a tendency to forget what's going on. So a law enforcement source, gun used in the Paris attacks. Last December, ISIS attacked Paris, France. Well, the gun came from Phoenix. One of the guns used in the November 13th, 2015 Paris terrorist attacks came from Phoenix, Arizona, where the Obama administration allowed criminals to buy thousands of weapons illegally in a deadly and futile gun walking operation known as Fast and Furious. So in short, the guns used in the Paris ISIS attack came from Obama's Fast and Furious failed operation. When I read this, actually Sean sent it to me, and then Sean called me up on it because I didn't have a chance to get to it just yet, and I saw the basis of it. Well, I missed a lot of it. My stomach sank, knowing that our government's failure. We all knew Fast and Furious was a major failure, but now we're finding out literally Obama has armed ISIS. But yet, he says we're not responsible to own guns. This man is in charge of how many guns? And now we got a Fast and Furious 2.0 happening in Jordanian. There's another one happening. He keeps arming our enemies.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
And it's resulted in Paris citizens getting murdered. A report of investigation filed by a case agent in the ATF tracked the guns used in Paris attacks to a Phoenix gun owner who sold it illegally off the books. Judicial Watch's law enforcement sources confirm. Federal agents tracing the firearm also found the Phoenix gun owner to be in possession of unregistered fully automatic weapons. According to a law enforcement official with first-hand knowledge of the investigation follow-up of the Paris weapon consisted of tracking a paper trail using a 4473 form, which documents a gun ownership history by, among other things, using serial numbers. The Phoenix gun owner that the weapon was traced back to was found to have had at least 2 federal firearms violations for selling one weapon illegally and possessing an unregistered automatic. But no enforcement or prosecutorial action was taken against the individual. Instead, ATF leaders went out of their way to keep the information under the radar and ensure that the owner's identity was kept quiet, according to law enforcement sources involved with the case. Agents were told in the process of taking the fully auto not to anger the seller to prevent him from going public. A veteran law enforcement official told Judicial Watch. That That right there is just disheartening. It's not clear if the agency, which is responsible for cracking down on the illegal use and trafficking firearms, did this because the individual was involved in the Fast and Furious gun running scheme. An ATF spokesman, Corey Ray, at the agency's Washington, D.C. headquarters told Judicial Watch that no firearms used in the Paris attacks have been traced by the agency. Hey, you know what, Jenna? I love that. My wife would be cracking up right now. Obama is kicking us in the balls with steel-toed boots, and the sheep are crying, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?" Now, you have the one ATF spokesman that the firearm was not used. When asked about the ROI report linking the weapon used in Paris to Phoenix, Corey Ray said, "I'm not familiar with the report you're referencing." Judicial Watch also tried contacting the Phoenix ATF office, but multiple calls were not returned. The ATF ran the Fast and Furious experiment and actually allowed criminals, straw purchasers, working for Mexican cartels to buy weapons at federally licensed firearm dealers in Phoenix and allowed the guns to be possessed without any knowledge of their whereabouts. The government lost track of most of the weapons, and many have been used to murder hundreds of innocent people, as well as U.S. Border Patrol agent Brian Terry in Arizona. A mainstream news reported that Muslim terrorists who planned to murder attendees in a Muhammad cartoon contest in Garland, Texas last year bought a 9mm pistol at a Phoenix gun shop that participated in the ATS Fast and Furious program despite drug and alcohol charges that should have raised red flags. Judicial Watch has thoroughly investigated Fast and Furious and has sued the Obama administration for information about the once secret operation. This hope and change is a failed experiment. Obama is a failed presidency. And if I was France, I'd be fucking pissed off. He has done everything to destroy this country. He is pissed on our pride. He is pissed on the legacy of this country. And he is shit on the people. And this one here, it's raising a lot of questions. Bill Clinton met with Attorney General Loretta Lynch on a private plane for a private meeting. Why is Attorney General Loretta Lynch meeting with Bill Clinton, the husband of Hillary, who is under investigation by the Department of Justice? The meeting, a brief meeting which lasted about 30 minutes at the Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport, President Clinton reportedly learned Lynch was arriving soon and waited to meet with her. According to ABC 15, the meeting occurred hours before the House Select Committee on Benghazi released its final report to the public. The private meeting comes as Lynch's Justice Department is investigating presumptive Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton's use of personal private email server during her time as Secretary of State. Now, of course, Lynch said that the private meeting on the tarmac did not involve these topics. This is why you don't do those type of meetings, because now it looks like you are biased, even worse than you were. You don't hold secret meetings like that. Our government is out of control, people. Out of control. Before I get on to the rest of this article, I am not advocating anything. I just want to bring a little something up real quick. Just give me 1 minute to bring up the article. I'm just absolutely flabbergasted at this government.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Paragraph 2, Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. That among these are life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it, and to institute a new government, laying its foundations on such principles and organizing its power in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Maybe, and I'm not talking violence, maybe it's time that people take the government back from these politicians. I don't even think we need to redo a government, but we need to take the power back away from the government and reinstitute the positions. The people we got in there, all right, think they are too powerful. They think they govern us. And they're getting away with murder. Literally, they're getting away with murder. They're above the law. They're not being charged with crimes when they commit them. I did see President Clinton at the Phoenix airport as he was leaving and spoke to myself and my husband on the plane. Lynch said, confirming the meeting, "Our conversation was a great deal about grandchildren. It was primarily social about our trip, and he mentioned golf he played in Phoenix. There was no discussion on any matter pending before the department or any matter pending with any other body. There was no discussion of Benghazi, no discussion of State Department emails. By way of example, I would say it was current news of the day, the BritX decision, and what it would mean," Lynch said about the meeting. "This is why you turn down those meetings, respectfully. You say, no, if we're going to have it, we need to have it in public for all to hear. So there is no appearance of any shenanigans. But they don't care about what the people think. They do what they want. They do whatever they can to make themselves money. They screw over the public. They screw over the people. And it's getting disgusting. Oh, it's beyond disgusting. It's... You can say that again, Jenna. I mean, during the replay, everybody will be able to hear it, but one of the things during the first 5 minutes that was blanked out is the shit that's going on between my mortgage, my insurance company. I got a hole in my roof in the garage. I have a check. And I can't get it fucking cash because everybody's playing games. And I got checks out for this, and my mortgage is just playing games. And we called prior. We called and asked them what they needed, and they told us, and we sent it in, and they sent back a check unendorsed. So needless to say, as soon as I get done the show, there's going to be a lot of screaming and yelling when I get a hold of my fucking mortgage. Assholes. People, we need to take control of this country. And I'm not saying we need to grab up arms and start shooting everybody. No, that is not what I'm saying. We need to take back control of our country, and it's as simple as that. It's simple as people saying, out, we're taking over. But trying to get that many people to agree on even one point would be, oh my God. So Obama, though, is now defending globalization, vows commitment to international order. President Obama spoke strongly in favor of globalization on Wednesday, vowing to pursue an international order in spite of a recent decision by voters in the United Kingdom to leave the European Union. The integration of national economies into a global economy, that's here. That's done. He said after meeting with Canada Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and Mexican President Enrique Pena Nieto, whatever the hell it is, at the North American Leaders Summit in Canada. He accused the United Kingdom of trying to escape global responsibility by voting to leave the European Union. No. They are getting away from this socialism experiment that you have failed at. That they've all failed at. And the lies that you have to spread to try to get your point, their argument was not against trade generally. They just don't want any obligation to go with the access to a free market. No, they wanted to get away from the being overtaken by foreigners, being forced to take in foreigners. Imitating Britain's path by withdrawing from existing trade deals was the wrong medicine, according to Obama. And Obama hasn't got goddamn shit right. 7.5 years. So why should I listen to him now? We would lose jobs and the amount of disruption that would be involved would be enormous. No, we wouldn't. The Economist has even said we stop the illegal influx of illegal immigration. We start pushing them out. It will increase jobs. It will increase pay. We are a nation. You are the leader of that nation. Start acting like it or get the fuck out. You're not here to talk about other countries and what's best for them. You are here to talk about what's best for the United States. And becoming part of a North American Union is not what's best. It is not what's wanted. And then I've heard it up until recently. That Agenda 21, that New World Order. Oh, you're fucking nuts. That's tinfoil hat. Well, you know what? Your fucking president's talking about it now, you jackasses. How do you feel? Probably still don't. Oh, that's not what he's talking about. Fucking idiots. Mindless drones. He repeated his argument for a TPP trade deal. And what the fuck do everybody think that's about? For a global economy. It's not going to help the United States out. We're going to lose out again. And he keeps saying we're going to push hard to shape an international order that works for our people. But we're not going to be able to do that by cutting off trade because that's going to make all of us poor. Well, I have not seen any of your plans make anybody except the rich richer. The old way of doing things, at least people can work their way up. Now, you can. Oh. You got the three idiots coming together. And this is why I was against Cruz. One of the main reasons. His wife was a part of the committee to help push this. Cruz was a part of pushing a North American Union. And the Cruz fans could not see that. And some of them don't give a shit. They're for globalization. And because you're against globalization does not mean you're an isolationist. Trump is not an isolationist. He still has no problem helping, but we should not be fronting all the cost ourselves as we have done. That is not isolationist. They're trying to pin Trump with that because they know people do not like that tag because that's what Obama has done for 7.5 fucking years now. Absolutely nuts. Everything that's negative about Obama, he is trying to push. Obama is trying to push onto Trump. And he's done it before, and he'll keep trying to do it. But it seems like hopefully the people have woken up and they're saying, no more. No more will we put up with that. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I know I keep saying that today. Have you ever had a day where you're kind of dumbfounded just with the stupidity of everything around you? How many times must we go down this road? Come on. Trump's vetting several people, and I don't see Christie. That would not be in his best interest. All right, it's that time for a break. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, ICRN Network, and soon to be Red Nation Rising. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
Out of the ashes of liberal rises the phoenix born onto the Red Nation Rising Radio Network coming July 4th, 2016. One of the many serving this great phoenix of Red Nation Rising Network is the one, the only Jersey Joe. Jersey Joe is bringing his Reaver of Common Sense show to the birth of a new Red Nation Rising Radio Network.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We are always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The heck? Oh, that's why. Oops. I'm like, why did my levels just jack up high? I knocked my phone against two of the sound thingamabobbies and shot the level up. Yeah. All right, the Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast, go to Reaver.one. Click on the live stream. If you like that live stream, do not forget to hit subscribe. And lastly, the Reaver store is here. The Reaver Takeover is almost done. Pick up your Reaver t-shirts, Southside Mutt t-shirts, SHR Media, Hillary for President t-shirts. I got Seville Pro Second Amendment t-shirts. I am very, if you've listened to the show, you know I'm very adamant about my Second Amendment. I am very passionate about it. And my favorite little one of Vote Monica. She'll get the job done when Hillary Clinton couldn't. I'm such a evil little child. Pestilent child that I am. I know that. And that's what everybody loves about me. Let me see some. Trying to do 20 things at the same time. I'm good, but not that good. So we were talking about Obama, Trudeau, and the president of Mexico. Well, they had one of their North American Union powwows, and yeah, it's not. I find it kind of absurd what they're asking for. One of the things is, you know, Obama, 1 minute he's against, you know, he's a populist, then he's a globalization. The two don't go hand in hand. You know, he wants to be whatever makes him popular. And it doesn't work that way. Especially when you got the president of Mexico with a jalapeno on a stick, demanding the U.S. merge with Mexico and Canada immediately. Yeah, I can see that going over like a fart in church in the United States. And it's not going to happen. It's chances of that happening about the same chances as me becoming a transvestite, which aren't going to happen. No. Where am I? I got a whole article for you. Just finishing something up. What the? Oh. Sometimes I hate this computer. Sometimes I don't. So the president of Mexico is attending. I didn't kick you out. It wasn't me. Was attending a North American Leaders Summit in Ottawa on Wednesday to push the year-long globalist proposal that would combine the U.S., Mexico, and Canada into a regional entity at the expense of U.S. national sovereignty, which starts with joint energy agreement. So basically, the United States would be really giving up into everything on this. They would be giving up pretty much nothing and getting a whole hell of a lot in return. Yeah, no thank you. Not going to happen. All right, there we go. One last thing I got to do. There's that damn mosquito. I think I got it. Nope, totally missed it. A swing and a miss. All right. Sorry, I was throwing an article up on the website. If you go to Reaver.one. Yeah, internet. I don't know about anybody else, But my internet lately has been really weird. Even on my phone. So all my computers, my house, or my phone internet, everything's been really friggin' weird lately. Makes me go, But yes, the Mexican president is mandating that we join this bullshit North American Union. The proposal of this visit is to renew our bilateral relationships, to give it new life, to find ways to advance the prosperity and competitiveness of North America. He's not the first Mexican president to push the North American Union. Vicente Fox also pushed the globalist plan, but he was so vocal about it, the Bush administration finally told him to keep quiet to avoid negative press. A proposed NAFTA Plus plan to President Bush and Prime Minister, who the hell knows, Gene something, to move us toward a single continental economic union model on the European example. He wrote in his autobiography, Revolution of Hope, at summits, I took every opportunity to advocate clearly for free market policies, showing what sound economics could do to fund social justice, arguing for globalism, NAFTA, and the free trade area of the North American Union. People, this is what they've been pushing for a while, and nobody has listened. But now it's starting to come out. I don't want to be a part of the European Union. I don't want to have a North American Union. I have nothing against Mexico. I have nothing against Canada. I am an American. I am a citizen of the United States of America. I am not a citizen of Mexico or Canada. I am proud to be a United States citizen. Period. This globalization, one world nation bullshit needs to be put to an end. This is not a Democrat issue. This is not a Republican issue. This is an established globalist issue versus the rest of us. Bush signed on for this. We are asking the leaders of the United States, Mexico, and Canada to be bold and adopt a vision of future that is bigger than and beyond an immediate problems of the president, CFR member, and former Canadian Deputy Prime Minister John Manley wrote. They could be the architect of a new community of North America, not merely custodians of status quo. No. End of story. No. I don't want any part of it. I don't, and I haven't seen any support amongst the people. Very little. If that's what you want, go move the fuck to Europe. I don't understand that. If that's what you like, move to fucking Europe. Why do you have to change our countries? Because a few want it. It doesn't work out well. Socialism does not work out, and that European Union is not working out well. It's working out so well that their plan is now they have to become a country to keep people from falling out. They already have an army to help them. Why do they need to create the European Union army? So they can force countries to stay in. This would not be good for the United States. This would hurt the United States going into a North American Union. However, the NAU proposal would increase labor mobility between the U.S. and Mexico, and that's exactly what it does. It allows Mexicans now to get into the United States without an issue and get jobs, take the jobs from everybody else. And it's already been proven you do that, there's not enough jobs to go around. You will start putting Americans out of work. The labor wage will drop. This would not help. find it absolutely treacherous that we have a leader even proposing this.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, you know, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Additionally, the NAU would strengthen controversial trade deals such as NAFTA, which has only made the illegal immigration worse by fueling mass unemployment in Mexico. All those people would be coming to the United States for jobs. There are no jobs in Mexico. And it's NAFTA has caused this. And I don't know how much more we have to keep going through this. We need to stop electing these globalists. We need to make sure that they aren't globalists. Good morning, Gary. We need to stop the globalists. Because if not, kiss the United States goodbye. And that's why Obama has been pissing on national pride for the last 7.5 years. He doesn't want people being proud of the United States, because then you can do away with the United States. This is something that we've been pushing for 7.5 years, and we were told we were full of shit. It's ridiculous. NAFTA disrupted Mexico's corn production so badly that 75,000 Iowa farmers were able to grow twice as much corn as 3 million Mexican producers, and at half the cost because the U.S. maintained its corn subsidies underneath NAFTA. That resulted in the mass migration of million illegal alien farmers workers flowing into America. The big wave in illegal immigration from Mexico began in the 1980s, but it picked up strongly after NAFTA. That wasn't unexpected. This is stuff that they did on purpose. They know it wouldn't take effect immediately. It would take maybe years to decades to really push, but they've been pushing for this for a while now. And I got one thing to say to the president of Mexico that's mandating that we join the North American Union immediately. Go fuck yourself. Take your mandates and shove them up your ass, because I got a mandate for you. Build the wall for us, bitch. Build the wall. And what's funny is now he's making threats. If Trump gets elected, I'm going to shut the border down. Trump said he'd make him pay for it. Hey, Trump won't be able to make him pay for it. If Trump gets elected, I'm going to shut the border. I'm going to shut the border. He's not going to allow illegal immigration into your country. I'm going to shut the border and not allow my aliens to go into your country illegally. Is it me, or is it just kind of like, here's your sign, you fucking moron? I have no problem with legal migration. Sean said last night, shit, if I could, I would drive down, pick you up, and bring you, say, here's the American dream. Have fun. Work your ass off. You want to come to this country? Great. I'm all for it. You want a piece of the American pie? Great. I'm all for it. Come here legally. We are a country of laws. Do it legally. I'm expected as a citizen to follow laws. You're expected to follow the laws even at a higher standard to show that you deserve to be here. It's not immigration that I have a problem. It's the illegal immigration. And they're going, well, you know, they're here. No. The ends do not justify the means for breaking laws. What am I going to do? Not have a driver's license? Go in front of a judge? Well, I'm just an undocumented driver. Guilty. Sorry, sir, I didn't rob that bank. I took an undocumented loan away from that bank. That's all. Guilty. So why are these assholes allowed to come into our country, break our laws, and go, well, we should give them a little, well, they came here out of love and good intentions, so. Are you fucking retarded? Are you that stupid? And what's funny is these Democrats that are preaching that, just 2 decades ago, especially Harry Reid, and I played the tape before, Harry Reid bashing illegal immigration. You got Bill Clinton bashing illegal immigration. And now they're, well, you know. What fucking kickbacks are these bitches getting? Let's see if I have it quickly at hand. No, not you. Not you. D. I know I got it around somewhere. Where has my little dog gone? Where can he be? I didn't plan on playing this, so that's why I don't have it with me. I'm just going to look at one spot. If it's there, great. Nope, not there. I'm going to look 2 spots because I clicked on the wrong spot first. See. Come on, where's that Harry Reid? Let's see if I can find it. I found it. Shit. How am I going to do that? Gotta figure out. Oh, yeah, that's what I'll do. Oh, yes, I'm talking to myself. I talk to myself very often while I'm working on computers. It's not uncommon. It gets worse when we get arguing back and forth. So, we are going to go here. Add new track. Desktop. Now, this is Harry Reid discussing about illegal immigration and how he thinks.
If making it easy to be an illegal alien isn't enough, how about offering a reward for being an illegal immigrant? No sane country would do that, right? Guess again. If you break our laws by entering this country without permission and give birth to a child, we reward that child with U.S. citizenship and guarantee of full access to all public and social services this society provides. And that's a lot of services. Is it any wonder that 2/3 of the babies born at taxpayer expense at county-run hospitals in Los Angeles are born to illegal alien mothers?
Now, I'm going to be a smartass, and I'm not going to apologize for being a smart. I want to play this again. It's only 44 seconds of your life. But really listen to what this old bastard has to say, and then think about what he says now and how he bashes the Republicans when they're just going with what he said.
If making it easy to be an illegal alien isn't enough, how about offering a reward for being an illegal immigrant? No sane country would do that.
No sane country would do that. But yet now they're pushing for it. So he's admitting that he is a nuttier than a fruitcake motherfucker. He's admitting it. His own words.
Right? Guess again. If you break our laws by entering this country without permission and give birth to a child, we reward that child with U.S. citizenship and guarantee of full access to all
anchor babies,
public and social services this society provides. And that's a lot of services. Is it any wonder that 2/3 of the babies born at tax...
But wait, didn't they recently say that we give no services to these illegals? But yet he's admitting, it was, I think, 1993 this came from, where he's admitting that these illegals are getting welfare programs.
Taxpayer expensive. County-run hospitals in Los Angeles are born to illegal alien mothers.
So which is it, Harry Reid? Which is it? I don't think you know. Nope. And even Hillary Clinton was making a lot of statements back then about illegal aliens. I mean, she was against it. And recently, she was talking about building a fence on the border. And it was asked, well, what's so different about a fence and what Trump's talking about? Well, I was talking about a fence. A wall is totally different. Say, what? It just, oh my God. They're trying to backtrack on all their statements now, and it's making them look like dumbasses. See if I can find it real quick. I gotta look at this computer and really get organized. Nope. Well, anyways, yeah, they're from another planet, Jenna. They're from another planet. It just blows my mind how just not long ago they were against it, and now they're for it. They're against it. They're for it. They're against it. They're for it. You know, whatever gets them elected, that's all they care about. They do not care about anything else. Oh, drives me up a wall. Trying to look around, see what I can find. I just found a meme. It's showing a 747 carrying the space shuttle. That's how they used to shuttle the space shuttle back and forth from the West Coast to the East Coast. And it says, if a 747 can carry the space shuttle, then I call bullshit on overweight luggage fees. Oh, the fun. Let's see what I can find to mess with Hillary Clinton. Let's see what pops up real quick. Wait, is this my website? My website pops up. I did a search for Hillary Clinton speaking badly about illegal immigration. It popped up with one of my articles. And let me see. Yeah, it did. Damn. Now, let me see if it'll play and you guys can hear it. Jenna, I'm going to play this real quick and tell me if you can hear it, okay? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't because I don't see any of my levels going up. Oh, that's easily rectified. So I just switched computers. Hello, Kel. How are you? I'm trying to find files. Files. And here we go. All right. Post. And there we go. Again, bear with me 1 second while I go through. Wait. Oh, that was easier than I thought. Oh, my God. I'm hitting actually a lucky streak, which scares the crap out of me of what's going to happen later on today. Oh, Lord help me. All right, come on. Just waiting for the page to load up and turn some things on. And we're going to play Hillary Clinton speaking against illegal immigration. Surprise, surprise.
How to have fun, anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
VGW Group. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Well, doesn't surprise me. All right. Here we go. Ooh.
Mexico is such an important problem. Mexican government's policies are pushing migration north. There isn't any sensible approach except to do what we need to do simultaneously, secure our borders with technology, personnel, physical barriers if necessary in some places, and we need to have tougher employer sanctions, and we need to try to incentivize Mexico to do more. If they've committed transgressions of whatever kind, they should be obviously deported.
So that was Hillary Clinton and her thoughts. Of course, now she's trying to backtrack them, as most politicians do. And it's kind of comical watching it. It is kind of comical. But listen, you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit and ICRN Network and soon to be Red Nation Rising. We will be right back.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our Gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
Out of the ashes of liberal rises the phoenix born onto the Red Nation Rising Radio Network coming July 4th, 2016. One of the many serving this great phoenix of Red Nation Rising Network is the one, the only Jersey Joe. Jersey Joe is bringing his Reaver of Common Sense show to the birth of a new Red Nation Rising Radio Network.
My name is Chris Peranto, call sign Tonto. I was with the Global Response Staff. We were the security element for the Central Intelligence Agency in Benghazi, Libya on 9/11/2012. Myself and my team responded to an attack that killed Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, and two of my teammates, Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Radical Islam is basically terrorism in a nutshell. It wants to not only put down Western values, it wants to kill anybody that supports those Western values, which is freedom, which is Christianity, and which is also anything that looks poorly on Sharia law. We've allowed it again to grow into something that it shouldn't be, and it's becoming stronger and stronger every day that we don't lead from the front. Obama and Hillary, by avoiding the phrase radical Islam, they're being politically correct. They don't see it for what it is, and that's straight up destroying the Western world. Radical Islam doesn't have a fear. They will give up their lives. They will detonate themselves. They will do anything they can to fulfill Sharia law and kill the infidels. If we're not able to even say radical Islam, the word radical Islam, there's no way we can fight it. There's no way we can defeat it. The United States of America doesn't lead from behind. We're always setting the example. If not, we're going to see terrorism get bigger and bigger, and eventually it's just going to be continual lone wolf attacks in the United States. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. I don't want to see my family go through that. Please join me in waking up Washington in this fight on radical Islam, seeing the threat that it really is. Sign up at leadingfromthefront.org.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying coffee is stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Much Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch the broadcast, that's perfect. Go to Reaver.one. Click on the live stream. Brain fart. If you like that live stream, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And if you, the new store, the new store is now open. See, I suck at this type of stuff. I'm not a salesman. I know I'm not a salesman. I just tell you straight out what I have, what I think is good. I'm not a salesman. I don't come up with all those fancy words and shit. Go to Reaver.one/shop. Check out what I have. If you like it, order. If not, tell me what you don't like and see what we can do to change it. Now, I found this article during break. Fat ass Michael Moore, the European Union, better off without Brits. Take us. Bye, Jenna. Filmmaker and political activist Michael Moore has a suggestion for a new country to replace Great Britain in the European Union, the United States of America. What a dumbass. Tweeting after the historic Brit vote, Moore said the following: You are better off without Brits. Now that there's a vacancy, take us. We want what Europe has: free healthcare, free college, real beer. Dumbass. They can't take us for number one. We're not Europe. Number two, fuck off. If we don't want to be part of a North American Union, what makes you think we are stupid enough to go into that failed experiment? You dumb, fat, waste of space, piece of shit. Your movies are a fucking joke. You couldn't pay me enough to go see one of his pieces of crap. In fact, I'd rather see someone film a dog shitting, and it would be better than one of Michael Moore's quote-unquote movies. I know that was a bad image to give everybody, but I'm sorry. So, Britain, well, they had a second a poll put up, and I think this one was a little bit more official. And the second EU referendum has been opposed by 2-1 vote or polling. The Brit public opposed holding a second referendum on EU membership by a margin of almost 2-1. Yeah, it's shooting for Columbine. Oh. The guy is an opportunistic piece of crap that anything that he thinks he can make a dime off someone's tragedy, he'll do it. A YouGov poll published yesterday shows that less than a third of the public, 31%, believe the referendum should be rerun. By contrast, 58% say it should not, while 11% do not know. This includes 91% of Leave voters who do not want a second vote, and also 29% of Remain voters. Even if Scotland threatens to break away from the United Kingdom, 51% would still oppose a second vote. Only 3 in 10 would support it. There is also no appetite for holding a referendum once the terms of Britain's withdrawal have been decided, with just 33% calling for a vote in such a circumstances, compared to the 51% who would oppose it. So instead of keep throwing all those numbers, losers, stop fucking whining. And that's what the liberals do. They'll keep like, I didn't get my way. I want a wee vote. I want a wee vote. I want a wee vote. I want an Easter egg. I want an Easter egg. I want an Easter egg. God. The shit that pops in my head when I'm talking. I need to get a filter for my mouth sometimes. I really do. Because I don't just do this on the show. I do in real life. I'll be saying something like that and being like, I want an Easter egg. I want an Easter egg. I want an Easter egg. And if nobody knows where that's from, And I'm going to put it out here also. It was said on Southside Mutts last night. There was a comment of, put it back in the box, put it back in the box. Or take it out of the box, take it out of the box, take it out of the box. Sorry. If you could tell us where that's from, and you email crash@reaver.one, and if you guess it right, by 9 o'clock tonight, we will give you your choice of a free t-shirt. So far, nobody's gotten it right. And I got to remember at 9 o'clock to put out what that actually comes from. Because it was a comment that was made on the show last night. A little bit of a dirty one. And that came out. And it's something that me and Dean have watched. We would watch it God knows how many times while we were watch TV while we were on duty. So if you can guess it, we will give you a free t-shirt.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
So, I know some people were Googling it and everything, and it's scary that they didn't get it. And no Googling, that's cheating. That is outright cheating. Not that I can tell whether you guessed it right or... So, I want to put that out there. You know, I will give you your choice of a t-shirt if you can guess where that came from. And how did I go from Scotland threatening to break away from the United Kingdoms to that? I have no recollection. Oh, that's right. I want an Easter egg. All right. There is also no appetite for holding a referendum once the terms of Britain's withdrawal has been decided. There was a lot of tweeting going on. Brit Public opposes a second referendum by @YouGov. Since the referendum, various media outlets have been pushing the narrative of Britgret. Leave supporters supposedly changing their minds and expressing their regret for voting as they did. People, stop listening to the fucking media. Whether it's the mainstream media here in the United States or the mainstream media in Europe. They don't want you to leave. It is not in their best interest, not the best interest of the people, their best interest. Because it is socialism, and socialism only helps the top percentage and does not help anybody else. It does not make, the only way it makes people equal is it makes those that are not in the top percent poor. That's all it does. It does not make everybody equal. It makes those that are rich, richer, and those that are, well, not rich, poor. So, yes, they are trying to push it because they don't, the more people that back out of it, the less money that there is to give to these rich motherfuckers. This globalist push is destroying nations. We have been infested, and I don't know how the hell we've been infested. Since the end of World War II, it has been festering and pushing, even though I was told that Nazis had nothing to do with socialism. Even though National Socialism Party, they had nothing to do with socialism. I'm still trying to. And then I get talked about how Democrat socialism, and it was, if anything, it was Democratic socialism in Nazi Germany, which I don't understand because Hitler wasn't voted in as chancellor. He was voted in as a lower position, and then they overthrew the chancellor. Chancellor, understanding basically he had a choice to give it up or get killed, he turned it over. That is not democratic. And then when I brought up, well, Venezuela was Democrat socialism and it's failing. No, that wasn't. That vote was already done. It was a vote. Europe is a failure. European Union is a failure, and you can see it now because they're trying to force countries to give up their nationhood, become the European Union nation, so that they can't leave. That is their solution to stopping countries from leaving the European Union. Become a nation. And I think that is a push that they went way too fast with, and I don't think that's going to go over like a fart in church. And that's why they're talking, you already have NATO and you have the European Army. Why do they need to create the European Army? Because they know the citizens are going to fight back on this like a motherfucker. And that's why we need someone like Trump to get in office, because Hillary will back those countries, squashing the people standing up against their nation being taken over. I'd love to jump 100 years ahead and just look at history and how the European Union and NATO, United Nations, is nothing but a takeover. They learned from past that doing a violent takeover ends badly. So they're going to do a nice, slow takeover. And that's what they're doing. They're taking over Europe. And they're trying it here in the United States, as we discussed just a little bit ago. They're trying to get that North American Union. You have the Mexican president telling us we have to join, we have to get it going so his people can have work. Again, I like our neighbors. I have nothing against Mexico. I have nothing against Canada. We are the United States. You are Canada, and you are Mexico. Let's keep it that way. Let's just stay friends. Let's just put it that way. Let's stay friends. I don't want to have a three-way marriage. Let's just stay friends. We'll go out for beers here and there, go chill out. But, doing a merger, no, thank you. And it's nothing against it. And I know, like, Kel is from Canada. She lives in Canada, and she doesn't take it offensively. I'm sure she wants to keep her national pride of being Canadian. And I applaud that. And those in Mexico that are proud of being Mexican, be proud of it. But be in Mexico. If you want to be in the United States, be proud of the United States. And if you're not proud, there's the fucking door. And your whole solution, well, let's combine all these countries together and become one big happy family. No. No. It's not going to work. It won't work. And then the government's going to push a couple of decades down the road. They're going to push to become one nation. Just as Europe's doing. I called it several months ago. And I got told, tinfoil hat time. Well, they're pushing for, now is the big reference, this is how we're going to stop people from leaving the European Union. We're going to make it better. We are just going to turn into a country. One huge nation. That's the way they can't leave the nation. That's their solution. Create an army so that they can't fight against this push. Because what did they do in Europe? They disarmed the people. So they can't fight against an overtake. And that's why they want to do it here in the United States. So that they can push a North American Union. And there's nothing we people can do. Because the only ones left with guns in North America are really the United States. We're the only ones that really can fight this. No offense to Canada, no offense to Mexico. But you guys have kind of pushed for these disarmament of the people, and you said how great it is. Now, the only ones that are really keeping the North American Union from happening right now is America, because we're still armed. Our government can't walk all over us that much. And no, it's not a threat. Because I know some asshole will run, look at that, he made a threat against the country. Just as earlier when I talked about maybe it's time us people rose up and took over the government, and I read from the Declaration of Independence. I specifically said not in a violence. We don't need violence to take over the government back. We don't need to. We have a right to go to the government into Washington, D.C. and mandate to take control of our government. But it's trying to get those people together to do that would be hard. And again, that is a non-violent way, and it's not treacherous. Because I'll read the passage again and again. It is our God-given right when this country gets out of control. Our forefathers foresaw a government such as this. Our government saw it. Our forefathers saw it. And they pushed to make sure that we would have it in writing. Here. And if you go to my site, Reaver.one, and click on Founding Fathers. I think it's Founding Fathers. I'll tell you in a second. I have all of our founding documents. The Bill of Rights, Constitution, Declaration of Independence. And you can look up Founding documents, excuse me. I'm sorry. And if you read Declaration of Independence, and I'll do it again, paragraph 2, down a couple lines, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it, and to institute a new government, laying its foundations on such principles. It is our right when our government is spinning out of control. It is the citizens' right to take back control. We don't have to write a new constitution. We don't have to write a new Declaration of Independence. We can go in and take back control and throw out all these assholes that are fucking our country up and start anew with elections and make sure that we have new people running. And that is not no need for violence. That is not traitorous to the country. That is our founding documents. Are we there? I don't know. I don't know. I seriously don't know. And again, as I was saying, I'm not trying to knock the other countries, but the main one that's keeping anything from going on right now from a North American Union is the United States. Because we have the ability to fight it. And that's why we fight so hard for our Second Amendment rights. It's not for hunting. It's not for target shooting. It is a multiple reason why. And one of the main ones that the liberals hate you to know and try to fight against is to keep a government that's out of control from taking over. People, this election is more than just who's going to lead us. I don't know if this country can stand 4 more years of this globalist crap before we break. Hillary's not going to go for what's best of the country. She's going to go for what's best of her pocket, and she's going to go on how to expand her powers. European Union is not about it's about power and giving the illusion that the people still have power. They don't. And if they go into this nation, I feel sorry for the people. Right now, we got problems here at home in America. This liberal, socialist, globalist agenda. And it's I don't even want to say liberal because there is conservatives. And Ted Cruz is one of them. Whether you like it or not, Ted Cruz is a part of that globalization, pushing for North American Union. His wife sat on the committee. And with that, I want to say, I want everybody to have a safe and great day. I say all the time, I'm honored, I'm humbled, and I thank you. Monday, July 4th, I will be on air, but we will also have the Awakening of the Red Nation Rising Radio. So until tomorrow, have a great day. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.
How to have fun, anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Woohoo!
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
VGW Group. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.